Hey everybody, CVH here, and in today's video we're going to be playing some Midrange Archer on the ladder. Kind of an old school deck, and I've included kind of some old school card choices as well, like the Blood Dragons and the Triumphant Jarls. Honestly, I wanted to play this deck for two major reasons. One, I haven't played a lot of Midrange Archer recently. A lot of the Archer decks I've played in the last couple of months are the Rage Archer variants, and while I think that deck is still very good, and totally worthy of laddering with, even though Rage costs 8 now with the most recent balance changes, I just feel like this is a deck that I should bring back and see if it operates well in the current meta. It's kind of a deck that I miss playing, so there's that. And also, I just wanted an excuse to play a deck today that uses the alternate art Leaf Lurkers from the new bundle you can get. Really happy with this card's art, and I just shamelessly wanted to play it a bit. So I figured this would be a good way to play a deck that I haven't played in a while, see how good it is on the ladder with some interesting card choices, and also play a really cool art Leaf Lurker in the deck as well. So besides that, the build's pretty normal. Honorable mentions, cards I didn't include due to space, but I think are totally reasonable and probably maybe even should be in there. Earthbone Spinner probably should be in here. Wanted to play Dushnik Yal Archer and Aelus Huntmaid. Haven't played Aelus Huntmaid in a while. Can be good against the slower decks in particular. If you're having trouble against more aggressive decks, Moonlight Werebat is perfectly reasonable to consider in this deck as well. But this is the list that we're going to be working with today. Hopefully we can get some interesting matchups on the ladder and take some wins. As always, if you enjoy the video and the games, feel free to leave a like and say subscribe for more Legends videos. Follow my stream in the description, and I'll see you next time. Okay, man, we have the Ring, we have the Skulk, and we have a reasonable 3. It's my lucky day.
Welcome, friend.
And we have a 4.
You walk on water.
Can I start out all my games like this? Would that be just a little too good there? Yeah, this is looking good. The one downside is, if I want to curse sometime after next turn, with the Cultist on board, I might not be able to. I'll take that trade-off, I think that's fine.
Bless us, Kai. May we serve you with every word.
I think I will honestly just go for the curse on it now.
Tuwaka watches over me. What have we here?
Okay, not a super strong play, feels good.
For the warrior wife.
I assume he's probably playing a good amount of Prophecies in this version, but with the Aelus Huntmate being my only decent-looking play right now, we're just gonna have to take that risk, and I will continue searching for more curses, even though I can't play one right now. Don't hit a Prophecy. Seems good. Seems very good.
Of course I'm on your side.
Now, I assume my Goblin Skulk's probably gonna die this turn.
May we serve you with every word. For the warrior wife. My shadows move in shadow.
There are a lot of interesting plays here. Obviously, we could just go for another Aelus Huntmate and go face for 7. I don't think that's bad, honestly. There are some more interesting plays. Like I could trade in 3-4, curse down the 1-2 Skaven, clear everything. I think I'm just gonna go face though. We're the aggressor and we can use all this removal, like the curse, the rapid shot, and the Skaven after next turn when he inevitably has to clear my stuff.
Care to join me on the hunt?
A dark omen for you.
And currently he can only trade with one thing on the board. It is favorable. He can go 4-4 into the 3-4, but that does set up for the Skaven, which will then give me the extra Mournhold Guardian coming off of the Trader there.
For the warrior wife.
That is solid. So if I curse that down to make it a 2-5, hit it down to a 2-1, I can Skaven, everything on my board will stay alive, and the only thing that'll survive on his is that one, which I could also prevent by playing Rapid Shot on it now. So Rapid Shot, I mean, I could just leave that there, because after I Skaven I could also play Circle Initiate and hit for 4. Then the 2-1 and the 1-1 will trade. That is kind of annoying, but I think it's better to get the Initiate going now.
Let's heat things up.
And I could have played Initiate left and force this to the right, but then this 1-1 will trade into my 4-1, which is worse.
My destiny is fulfilled.
Every single rune break so far this game, we've been able to make a werewolf happen, which is pretty awesome. That's where we want to be.
For the warrior wife.
We have 2 more cultists to plop down next turn if we want to just prevent any potential for removal actions. I'm kind of surprised he hasn't gotten any prophecies yet. You know, this deck does run a fair bit, right? A fair bit.
We'll never give ground.
Phalanx Exemplar, one of the best cards from the new expansion. And I don't have efficient ways to deal with it right now. I could, I guess I rapid shot it. Maybe I just draw Leaf Lurker and win the game. I think it's probably worth it for that alone, but if not, I can use the Dushnik Ping and the 4-1 here to trade in. That'd be nice to develop too, but yeah, it's already so late in the game. This game's not going to go on for too many more turns here. So I think this is fine. I'll split the lanes too, just in case he's playing Immolating Blast. Base. Now we hit a Prophecy, okay. But by this point, being 4 cards ahead on board and like 20 life ahead, it's probably too late for a single Prophecy to really turn this around again.
I'll kill you where you stand.
Because he has to definitely spend his entire turn playing defense here and trying to desperately clear my stuff.
It has been my honor. It has been an engaging hunt.
He sends out the GG,
You are the villain.
and we got there. So that's kind of exactly what this deck wants to be doing. This is how this deck wants to play pretty much every game. So let's see if we can do it again. Double Circle Initiate with the ring. I'm gonna just assume it's still aggro or tokens. I'm not sure which one I'd prefer out of those two. I might as well just keep both of these. No guarantee that I'll get something else, like a 3 cost. We can start with the Protector because it pushes just a bit more damage.
We'll see how they like someone who fights back. We stand united.
So Ring into Brotherhood Slayer is great against that 2-2. Basically the Ring is great. I don't know if I've said that enough in videos and streams. But having the Ring of Magicka in a deck like this against another aggressive deck is just sublime. Just an absolute pleasure. We're not going to talk about what it's like on the other side of the table.
Come at me. Time to fight. Attack.
Force him into the Shadow Lane and get a sick trade with the Brotherhood Slayer. And that's exactly what's going to happen. And then we are going to... I think I'm going to use the Contract here over the Ring because I do have Withered End Cultists in my deck. And I might as well keep it diverse.
As long as I draw breath.
My destiny is fulfilled.
Turn 3, play 8-6 of stats. Sign me up.
We'll rebuild Skyrim.
Go draw that card, man. Absolutely fine. Just gonna ignore everything, I think. I mean, that's not a good trade, and that's a fine trade, but it's also 4 damage, which is exactly what I want to be doing. So let's do it. Alright, he does get a prophecy here. It's about time, right? Something has to go right for our opponent.
I am ready to join the circle.
It's nothing personal.
What's that one quote? Sometimes it's time to commit no mistakes and still lose.
Close ranks. Let nothing through.
Ooh, okay, so that might change things. I don't really want to get hit by that much damage. If all this connects, it's 14. If he plays a Northwind Outpost, it's 18. If he plays Orcline Captain, it's like, let's just say it's 18. I don't. There's never a lethal possible here. But since I pretty much always have lethal next turn, I'm really tempted to just go for a Rapid Shot Skaven. Or I can just make him clear. I can go Rapid Shot on the 3-1, not draw a card, and ring out Garnag in the left. I think I will just Rapid Shot Skaven. I want to draw a card too. We already have Cliff Racer anyway. I lose this, but it's fine. It also makes it somewhat harder to draw 2 cards. He was only 1 point of damage away from drawing 2 if I only killed the 3-1. So now he has 3, and then 4, 5. And even if he's able to play another charge, this will only be 2 more, so I don't think he'll be able to deal exactly 10 to break 2. And of course he has to play defensively here anyway, so there's that.
Their false kings. A hard-fought victory.
There's
It has
nowhere they
been
can
an
hide.
engaging hunt.
The hunter becomes the hunted.
There shouldn't be any prophecy he can get here that would actually prevent me from getting lethal. I mean, there are like Dark Harvesters and stuff in Night of the Hours, but not in Aggro Crusader. So a clear path for my Cliff Racer. Okay, we got a mage, so the triple Withered End Cultist should help us in this matchup regardless of what kind of mage it is. Dude, I get the ring again! This hand is actually pretty bad though, so we're gonna have to get rid of all of it. And try to draw a curve, and we kind of failed to do so.
May you walk on warm sands.
Solid mid-game cards. Well, at least he doesn't have the ring. You know? This could be worse. He could have a play right now. And Ring into Morkel's gonna have to get there. I want to stay ahead on life so I can Jarl. If it is a control mage, that'll be very important. My hand is ready for the mid-game, but I'd like some early pressure too.
By the 8th, they will meet their makers.
I get 4 damage in. I get to play a Garnag, I guess. It's a casual 4 or 5. It's not bad.
Honor and blood.
In fact, it's quite good, because even if he decides the Tome of Alteration, I'll still have 1 health over the Daggerfall and get to take a favorable trade there. See, this hand would just have been completely trashed without the ring. Especially if he was able to play things early and completely take over the field lane. And if he was a more aggressive mage, then it would have been extra bad. I guess I do attack over that first Daggerfall and simply play a Brynjolf, assuming I don't hit a Prophecy.
No one gets through.
I mean, even if I hit a Prophecy, I'm probably playing it, but let's check first and see how bad it is. Assess the damage here. Okay. Well, I'm gonna play Brynjolf right, because he could just use the first Tome of Alteration to trade into it if I play it left, and that would still be shackled next turn. So if I'm playing Brynjolf, I really want the damage,
Shall we put
or I really want the
some
attack,
day's work?
because then I'll get the extra magic and be able to play Jarl next turn. This could still be very bad for me if I don't get the attack in, and Piercing Javelin is a reasonable expectation. Okay. Okay, so I'll just Cliff Racer over that. It'll help me take back the field lane. At this point, he has 2 Tome of Alterations, so letting something stick in the field lane just means he's going to be able to tome up and trade evenly or favorably. I'd rather take my chances with the 4-2 than know that it's going to be sent to its certain death, even if you don't put a Prophecy there. That's definitely less efficient than the Tome would have been. So let's get some more cards. I'm down for that. At this point, it's still unclear. We pretty much know he's Control Mage with the way he's played and also the Reverberating Strike. It's unclear exactly what kind of Control Mage he is. So yeah, I'm not going to use my support removal here. Could be support Control Mage. And we're definitely happy we have Ayla's Huntmaid over Moonlight Warbat in this particular matchup. Although, I could see it being easily the reverse if you're up against an aggro deck. Oh, it is support Control Mage! And this is gonna feel so good, guys. We would have put more power on the board with the Dushnik Trader, but it was kind of a waste if we think is any supports at all. Be nice to play Huntmate this turn. You know, we'll just have to wait. We'll just have to wait on it. And I think I can save Belligerent for a guard. So I'm just gonna attack here, hopefully not hit a Prophecy, Dushnik and Trader. We do hit a second Prophecy in as many runes. Far from ideal. Okay, so the first charge was kind of wasted, but he couldn't have known for real. And I'm just gonna split the lanes because I'm sure he's playing Dawn's Wrath.
We must protect our stronghold.
Of course, I'm on your side.
And I would not like to get Dawn's Wrath. In our hand, like, while it was slow, now it's starting to shine. We have the Tazcat for later. The Belligerent Giant that we drew is going to be great for pressuring if he decides to play like a Hive Defender. Hey, look, there's a Hive Defender. And a Tome. Oh, it's going to be a good Belligerent Giant. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
They're in my sights.
And what are the odds we hit another prophecy, right?
Didn't see this coming, eh?
Nice. Well, here's where Dawn's Wrath shines, at least. I assume he's going to be playing that this turn. All we know is one of his cards is a Hive Defender, and one is a Tome, because he's only played the first one.
May the ancestors bless us.
Wow, it's not Dawn's Wrath. Oh, too bad, right? Reverberating Strike was not going to be able to deal with anything but the Douchnik, and that is pretty powerful. Pretty good. But it looks like we might have lethal unless...
They're in my sights.
Ooh, that worked out. That definitely worked out. Happy with that. Happy with that game.
It has been my honor. It has been an engaging